Hello everyone, Giltar here with an action figure review. This time we're looking at the Robot Damashii 00 Gundam action figure. Now some of you might be wondering, well, why did he wreck his action figure and break it up and make it into a pretzel? I didn't. Actually, this is my attempt to demonstrate the level of articulation that this action figure possesses. It is a very limber action figure. I mean, out of my 3 Gundam Robot Damashii figures, the 00 is by far the most posable. And it's a great thing. I mean, the Gundam Gundam and the Jinx 3A Laws type are both very capable of great articulation and great posing. They just don't come close to the 00 Gundam. It's just on another level. And the 00 Gundam, in terms of its high-grade model kit, that is pretty much well known as, well, within the model kit, Gundam fandom, as being, the most flexible and posable probably model around to date. The 00 Gundam Robot Damashii action figure, it comes close. It can do the splits about this far with the feet still, the soles of the feet still flat, which is really significant in my opinion. The model kit, though, the high-grade model kit of the 00 Gundam in the 1 to 144 scale range can pretty much do a normal, perfect split with the feet, soles of the feet flat. But, I mean, this is really impressive, anyways, for an action figure. Everything that the other 2 action figures can do, the Gundam and the Jinx 3A Laws type, everything they can do in terms of posing, the 00 can do, and then some. Notably, it's the GN drives up here, which they're on their own sort of arms that secure them, that allow them to swivel back and forward, so either propulsion form here, or propulsion position, or like frontal GN, particle shield position, or to the sides. You can also, the arms themselves will rotate up slightly. There's hinges here that allow the GN drives to rotate that far as well. So you get a really great variety and spectrum of different posing possibilities there for the GN drives. You can actually put on the GN shields here, which I've attached. You take them apart and then clip them down a bit. They have ports on the side, which can, or rather pegs on the side that can go into ports of the GN drive. And when you peg them in, they take on the appearance of almost like wing-like structures, which is very neat. Great for visual presentation, giving sort of a sense of movement in certain poses. Another thing that this kit has is beam sabers. Now they come with separate blades and hilts. The pegs themselves are rectangular. There's a beam saber hilt on the back here, which is on a swivel peg, so that you can position it differently and make the 00 look like, position it for sort of a reach for the weapon there, which is nice. It also comes with 2 GN rifles or GN swords. Right now I have it set up as a double-bladed weapon, but if you separate them from this sort of handle component, you can then choose 2 forms. Now this action figure comes with 7 different handles, 2 of which are of these varieties. They're sort of like the folded up handle, which allows you to peg them into the side skirt for storage. Like that. Or if you use the trigger finger, or rather a sword handle, you can create a GN sword. 2. The action figure will hold the handle here, and then this peg will go into the forearm port. Alternatively, you can change it into the GN rifle too, so you just put down the handguard, put in the trigger, or handle rather, turn the blade, and then you have a GN rifle too. And again, you have the handle here and a peg there for the forearm port. And then GN daggers can become shields, and they can go into the back of the forearm where there's another rectangular port right there. Now, in terms of articulation, the only other real big differences, aside from the GN drives, are the legs, where the knees have 2 points of bending, so one at the sort of proper knee joint, and then one at the sort of GN condenser area, so for a nearly 180-degree bend. The ankles are really great too, because as you saw earlier, it can have a great degree of side bend to allow some wide leg poses. You can also rotate 360 degrees easily, go back and forth or up and down quite well. And also the front of the foot bends, so you get some sort of stepping poses as well. So all in all, I really do like this action figure. I bought these action figures several months ago through HobbyLink Japan, all for discount of a basically 50% sale. And I got the GN, or rather 00 Gundam, for about $13. The same for the Jinx 3 A-Laws type, and also the Kingdom Gundam was like maybe $14. So they're really good prices I got them for. But even now, I would say if you're a strictly action figure collector and a Gundam fan, the Robot Damashii action figures are a great option for you. If you're a model enthusiast as well, you might want to consider buying the Robot Damashii action figures, but to be honest, the current level of high-grade models in the 1 to 144 scale range are really getting closer towards action figure ability. The 00 Gundam in the high-grade line is pretty well known for its level of articulation, and to be honest, it's got a higher level of detail, whereas like the Kingdom Gundam and the 00 Gundam both have issues with a decreased level of detail in them, just because they're mass produced, and you know, unlike model kits, you can't just sort of create these sculpted parts and have them assembled at the factory. With model kits, they just sort of mold the parts out and have the consumers put them together. With these action figures, somebody's got to put them together, and it's not just cost effective to have high quality parts, or rather high detailed parts put together, because it would just make these figures cost even more. I mean, already normally they are nearly $30 each, so that's something to consider. So yeah, I mean, again, very fun figures, very well worth it, depending, you know, on what your tastes are as a collector, whether you're an action figure purist or a model kit collector, or a little bit of both like I am. I'm definitely happy with these purchases. I don't know if I would have bought them if they weren't on sale, to be honest, but now that I've, you know, you have to try something out from time to time, so you have to spend a little bit of money just to see if they're alright. But I figured, you know, 50% off for the 3 figures, you know, for a very, you know, good shipping option as well. I was pretty cheap on shipping, so I picked them up, and I finally opened them up a couple of days ago, so I'm really happy with those. I also want to show something else and point something else out. The packaging is really great for collectors who want to display their action figures inside the box, because they come packaged in these sort of like plastic containers, which have 2 parts. They have the main part below and then a lid on top, which they have, it's molded so that if you push them down, they'll snap together and be very secure. Like if you shake that around, nothing's falling apart. None of the parts are rattling inside, so they all have a very nice and neat appearance. And here's an example of the boxing. This is the 00 package, so you have a nice wide front window and Robot Damashii and all this other stuff, Robot Spirits printed on the side. Some nice photography and box art. So I mean, it's a very, very nice presentation for whether you know, if you're someone like me who likes to take out the figures and play around with them and display them, or if you're someone who wants to collect, then just the design of the packaging to me is great. Just again, it's excellent for taking a figure out, trying it out, and then when if you're a collector who keeps things sort of like mint in box or nearly mint in box, you can just put the figures back in and nobody would know the difference, to be honest. So it's a great packaging job by the company, by Bandai. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed these reviews, and you know, if I do get more Robot Damashii figures in the future, I'll review them as well, because I'm quite impressed by this line so far. So yeah, stay tuned for more reviews. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.